Howdy y'all, my name is ChucklesTC and welcome back to my Monoposto IndyCar series. I understand this video is multiple days late. Don't worry, this season will still be on time this weekend if all goes according to plan. Let's see. Let's start off with the spotter guide before today's German qualifying and Grand Prix. Here we have the Hot Wheels. Well, spoiler alert, it's going to be a Hot Wheels car for Robert Schwartzman. Very, very cool looking car. Still Krispy Kreme on Callum Ilott. Over Ganassi, it's still Target for Dixon. And Red Solo Cup for Alex Pillow. Over at Andretti Global, it's still Pepsi for Kyle Kirkwood. But for Wheel Power, it is now Busch Light Apple, the Bapple car. Over at Dale Coyne, it's still the Rockstar Energy for Hauger. And still have not made one for Grosjean. For Meyer Shake Racing. Oop, I dropped my phone. It's still the exact same schemes that it has been. Over at Rahal, we have the Meyer car, and then we have the Fetch Rewards car. AJ Foyt Racing has the Homes for our Troop, and then the Combatrons Reflective. ECR still has Dollar General and Direct Supply. Juncos is rocking the Agape and the Oscar Mayer Wiener. Aaron McLaren is still in the Custom Aero. And then the Home Depot car. But Penske is in the Menards colors, which you'll see a lot of different types of this year. Scott McLaughlin is still in the Folgers car. Then Dry Rimmel is still in the Grands car, but CTC Racing is in the Lean Cuisine Special. All right, now let's hop straight into qualifying here for the German Grand Prix. Scott McLaughlin is your points leader by over a race after claiming his second victory last time out. So the sector to watch here, let's see if we can find a car moving. There we go. We got Dennis Hauger on the move. Oh, actually, let's go to Jimmy Johnson. This first sector is the real one to watch out for. And honestly, this track is pretty short. I think it should be about a minute lap time. But it's hard to say for sure. But other than that, we have that hairpin up halfway through the second sector. And then you have that sort of the other hairpin, or the big loop in the third sector. That one can be, oh, excuse me, that one can be difficult. But I have not necessarily seen drivers struggle with that one so far. But you're going to see how short this track is as the first driver begins his hot lap. He's already gone through lap traffic, and there's already a caution in Sector 1 ruining his hot lap. So he's having to do basically an install lap. So we're going to wait and see who all gets on a fast hot lap. Ilott will not. Felix Rosenquist is the first on a hot lap. It's going to instantly be ended by a yellow flag in Sector 1. Oh, actually, it appeared that we had a car go off. Grosjean is the only one on a hot lap right now. So I'm trying to figure out who it was. Apparently everyone's good. So we were waiting to see the top of that leaderboard flash up. Grosjean sets the fastest sector 2. Harvey Johnson in Isla all pit. Alex blows it's the fastest sector 3 or 2, I guess it was. So now Grosjean sets the first lap time of a 1 minute 4.851 seconds. Now Pillow, the fastest sector 3, that's going to be more than enough. 7/10 clear. Kirkwood, though, will take pole over him now. And contact there. Kyle Collette, right after his qualifying lap, gets sent around. Who's the blue car? It was in Andretti. Was it Kirkwood? It was Kyle Kirkwood. Or no, it might have been. Oh, it was Rossi, wasn't it? I believe it was Rossi who sent Kyle Collette around. That'd make the most sense. And Schwartzman in the pits. Rosenquist on a hot lap. And Schwartzman still in the pits. So I wonder if his day is done. Say if he doesn't move, it might just be done. As a good chunk of the field is still yet to qualify at all. Let me see VK in P6. Where's Sir Scott Dixon qualified at? Sir Scott the Iceman Dixon is currently sitting 13th. I wonder if that means he is still yet to qualify. That does mean he is yet to qualify. And he is not on a hot lap once again. Okay, never mind, he is. The whole bottom of the leaderboard is on a hot lap. Schwartzman is on his out lap this time around. See, does anyone have a challenge for Kirkwood, who's on his out lap now? It's going to be, he should make it, actually. Oops, sorry. And let's see here what Scott Dixon will have, because apparently the camera just loves him. And now rounding the final corner and coming to the line, he is going to be P8. Or no, that's P9. Pillow on a hot lap, Rahal on a hot lap, Grosjean on a hot lap, Schwartzman coming around to pick up the green flag as he just started his hot lap. Kirkwood will also have time to get one in. And if I had to guess, that'd be all about it. Or VK also had time. Hmm. So it is going to be interesting to see if these. I mean, I forgot what I was going to say. Where did Schwartzman go? Schwartzman qualified P21. As the checkered flag now waves over the session, Kyle Kirkwood is currently your pole sitter. He, as well as Will Power, David Malukas. VK was on a hot lap. He moves up to P5. Rasmussen and Collette, along with Malukas and Power, the only other ones on hot laps. So the only ones who could theoretically bump him down. Collette does not. So we have Power, Malukas, and Rasmussen all hit the line in time. All right, and Malukas will improve to P3. Now Armstrong and Ray Hall still yet to come across the line. So here's your qualifying order. In pole, Kyle Kirkwood second, Will Power third, David Malukas fourth, Alex Blow fifth, Renus VK sixth, Santino Ferrucci seventh, Felix Rosenquist eighth, Jack Harvey ninth, Sir Scott Dixon, and 10th, Rossi. In 11th, Christian Lundgaard 12th, Christian Rasmussen 13th, Cal Collette 14th, Jimmy Johnson 15th, Graham Rahal 16th, Pano Award 17th, Callum Isla 18th, Stinger Rob 19th, Marcus Armstrong 20th, Ramon Grosjean 21st, Mick Schumacher 22nd, Robert Schwartzman 23rd, Dennis Hauger in 24th, Scott McLaughlin. Now on to the race. Howdy y'all, my name is ChucklesTC and welcome back to my Monoposto IndyCar season. Let's hop straight into it. For round 9, I understand it is Friday when this is coming out. We'll just call it like a doubleheader weekend or something because you're still getting whatever race is next on Sunday or Monday, maybe. So I'm going to have to do some cars before then. But you know, I've been busy. Kirkwood leads. The beginning Power now takes the lead. No drivers start on the hard sidewall tires. VK has fallen down to P6, so drop to 1 off the start. Oh, spin. Rasmussen contact with Harvey? Yes. Rasmussen down to the rear of the field. Down at P19 from inside the top 10. That moves Lundgaard up into 10th. There we see Grosjean as this is the final race before the month of May. So, you know, very big deal to kick off the most important month for these drivers. You'll see drivers come and go, and we expect an announcement or two from teams. Because silly season will be starting to get underway. So Will Power sets the fastest sector 1. Is the two-time race winner this season, leads over his teammate Kyle Kirkwood as Ferrucci's now up into P3. Making a move on his Alliance teammate. And if we look down to the rear of the field, where is he? Scott McLaughlin's up into P21. Ooh, Rasmussen with another penalty, hitting McLaughlin right there, trying to block him from getting the overtake. McLaughlin currently leads by over a race over, I believe it's Pato. Pato is currently running down outside the points in P14 as well. Power, who's won 2 races on the year, looks set to capitalize. Will Power sets a fastest lap of 1 minute 8.478 seconds. Ooh, Rosenquist bumps him down. Harvey now with the fastest lap for Dreyer and Reinbold, racing in 10th. All right. So other than Rasmussen having a very rough day, everyone seems to be pretty calm. There you see the guy we call Strategy 4. The guy we're crew chief on for this season, I should say. Robert Schwartzman racing down in 22nd. It is a 17-second gap from first to 24th. There you see Mick Schumacher, the rookie, racing fairly well. Only in front of one driver, the other rookie, for Dale Coyne Racing. Germany clearly favoring those more veteran drivers. Power, one of the most veteran in the field. A multi-time race winner. Oh, was there. VK, a move on Malukas. Up the inside, he'll have the overtake for a moment. And he will get it done. VK moves up to P5. Pato Ward still down in P14. And you wonder if he has anything. I mean, both McLarens clearly struggling today. McLaughlin just unlucky in qualifying, I guess. Stingray Rob having a fairly decent day. But Furrow is catching up to Malukas'. I believe this time we're going to start to see cars in. If I had to guess, I'd say a Malukas. Oh, Will Power comes in from the lead of the race. Do we see Malukas come in? We do not. Power will go on the hard tires. He'll see if he can make those last 12 laps. That's going to be rough. Lundgaard comes in. Johnson comes in. Collette comes in. McLaughlin comes in. Hauger in. So all those drivers cycle to the rear of the field. So Hauger in. Yes, so the bottom 5 have all just pit as well as Will Power. All went on hard tires, going for a long hard tire strategy as Graham Rahal causes a collision in Sector 1. Or maybe no? I don't know. There was a caution in Sector 1, but I did not see what it was for. There you see Sir Scott Dixon making a move on Rossi. I'd guess Rossi will be coming in this time by. Let's take a look at those tires. We can. Kirkwood and Ferrucci both pit. That advances Pillow to the lead. He will not pit. VK will stay out as well. If I'm a driver like VK, I'm going to wait another lap after Pillow pits, and hopefully Malukas falls in. Rossi also goes into the pits this time, and we're going to wait until... Okay. So pitting this time by was Kirkwood from the lead, and he falls down one more position behind Power, so Pato's in between the two. Then Rosenquist, Rob, Grosjean, Eilot, and Schumacher all pit this time by. Reigns VK running in P2. The two Dale Coyne cars running side by side. Grosjean getting aggressive, but Hauger able to keep up to his veteran teammate, the bird killer himself. Sir Scott Dixon, I should say, the only driver to pit and take on fresh tires rings. VK will be promoted up the lead as Malukas, Harvey, Pillow, Rossi, Armstrong, Ray Hall. Rasmussen will stay out. And it's a 3-second gap from VK back to wheel power. So that is a real rough go around. Scott McLaughlin down in P17 sets the fastest lap. Schwartzman also pits this time by. So the drivers who get to pit are Rasmussen, Pato, and VK. Rasmussen, knowing he has a huge 10-second penalty to serve. If I had to guess VK, you gotta come in this time by. You are only losing time to those leaders on the main strategy. I think the only thing that could save you is a safety car. As VK does come in, and how far will he drop? As Pato stays out one more lap, and Rasmussen, we'll have to wait and see. VK will fall behind Pillow and Lingard and Rosenquist. So he'll come out of the pits P9. As Rasmussen also pits, so now the only driver yet to pit is Pato Ward, who's up in a 4th. Schwartzman sets the fastest sector 3 on those red tires. Oops. Ferrucci, Dixon, Schwartzman, and Rasmussen, the only drivers to take softs on this stop. Everyone else went hards, and we'll have to wait and see what Pato does. But Pato has now been passed by Sir Scott Dixon. As Frode tries to catch up to Christian Lundgaard. And do we see a Pato Award come in this time by? Yes, we do. Pato pitting from P6 after losing another position to Pillow before the pits. So you have to think this is going to be way more penalizing than anything we've seen is, yeah. He's going to take on medium tires? Yes, he is. Interesting call, considering that's what he just had on. But there we see VK going for a pass and getting past 3 cars there? VK up from P9 at the beginning of this lap, I believe, up to P6. Putting him 1 position behind Pillow by 2 seconds. The Dutchman with some real speed here. Rasmussen sets the fastest sector 1. He is running on an open track, I may point out. Ferrucci now pitting for the 2nd time off the softs. I can only imagine Dixon will be a lap away, but Ferrucci going for mediums to end the race in those final 6 laps. So he's going for a 2-stop strategy. Power having to go 6 more laps on those hard tires. Will he have it in him? And when it is such a tight gap to his teammate, Kyle Kirk would be able to catch up to him. Ferrucci pits from 3rd and drops down to P11. Pillow's gotten around Dixon, so I'm sure Dixon will be coming in. This VK right on Dixon's tail. Scott McLaughlin has a penalty now for causing a collision. And just rough for the points leader here. As VK's now gotten around Scott Dixon, who is slow. You got to come in this time if you're Scott Dixon, I think. But he will stay out one more time. Maybe hoping for what felt like at one point in the year would be an inevitable yellow flag. But VK catching up to Alex Palou. But then it's a 13-second gap, or like about a 10-second gap, I guess, to the leaders. Do we have a pass here for the podium? Up the inside. Nearly contact there. Drag race down the other side of the hairpin. VK with the inside lane. No move yet. Tight battle here. Just flip-flop in position every straightaway. VK will tuck back in through the S's. We'll see if he has anything down the front straight. There you see Dixon and Lundgaard come into the pits. Power Kirkwood clearly trying to make it work on just one stop, but VK on 3-lap newer tires than Power. 1 lap newer than Palou. If he can get around Palou, I think he will be clear. He clearly has what it takes to get past these Ganassi drivers in the speed in the car, but there's something that's holding him back. Whoa, bit of contact there from Palou to VK, and VK will get around him. VK moves up into P3. Palou now with the inside lane trying to make a move. Ooh, causing a Pato Ward, Scott McLaughlin take each other out. The two in the front in the points lead. But what is this? Palou able to continue with damage. Or not Palou, Pato. Scott McLaughlin, the points leader, retiring from the race. Safety car is out. Do we see anyone take advantage of this? We will give them 1 lap under safety car to try to catch up. Ferrucci will make a 3rd pit stop, as well as McLaughlin. Not McLaughlin, Malukas. Harvey and Rossi. Jimmy Johnson, Stingray Rob. You see Will Power, who we may send it back to green this time by if everyone is past the safety car, but we may also wait 1 more lap. I know it's a bit controversial, not necessarily how he did everything, but with how spread out the field is, that way we can have them bunch back up together slightly more. So Schwartzman stays out. He does not pit. Armstrong does not pit. Grosjean does not pit. And then Rosenquist, Palou, VK, Kirkwood, and Power all stay out. Sort of a 4-car bunch up at the front. And of course, we have some lap traffic right behind the safety car. With Collette, Hauger, Eilot, Rahal, and Rasmussen. Power pits, Kirkwood pits, VK up into the lead. And Palou also stays out. So power on softs, Kirkwood on mediums, Rosenquist on hards. But VK with that huge lead, and we are going to be going back green because it does not appear they will catch that lap traffic before. But there we have the last car in front of the safety car. Now we wait and see if Pillow or Power will catch up to VK before they go back to green. It's a handful of turns, and they are getting actually scary close to catching up to the safety car. So now we ride on board with VK, approaching the line. So now he will hit the line. And we will remove the safety car for the final 2 laps. Renus VK leads the way. You see a big fight. It's going to be a 3-second gap for VK as Pillow gets assaulted off the start, getting passed by Power and Kirkwood. A 3-second gap from VK down to Power. Can he hold on? Santino Ferrucci with the fastest Sector 1. As it is a mad dash and cars all over the track. 1.5 seconds now up the track to VK. Rasmussen sets the fastest Sector 2. They've cut VK's lead down to under a second in less than a full lap. Will he be able to hold on? As in almost a lap, they've made up 3 seconds. He may be able to defend and still hold on to that podium position at least. But Power will go around the outside, looking to take his 3rd win of the year. And now Kirkwood making the move. No. VK will hold off for now. So Rossi has gotten around Pato, who will likely be bumped outside of the top 10 in points. So Willpower actually making a charge and catching up to Rasmussen here. Willpower with only 1 sector left. He sets the fastest Sector 2. With only a few corners left to go, Willpower looks to become the first 3-time winner on the year. One final turn, Willpower coming to the line. It's going to be a 3rd win in the first in Germany. Willpower with the fastest lap of the race and the checkered. Kyle Kirkwood comes in 2nd. Renus VK will come through 3rd. Alex Pillow 4th. Then Santino Ferrucci 5th. David Maluka 6th. Jack Harvey 7th. Alexander Rossi 8th. Felix Rosenquist 9th. Pato Award will come through 10th at the line. The Stingray Rob just behind him. And then Jimmy Johnson. Sir Scott Dixon. The Mick Schumacher, Robert Schwartzman, Christian Lundgaard, Ramon Grosjean, Marcus Armstrong, Dennis Hauger, Callum Ilott, Kyle Collette, Graham Rahal, and Christian Rasmussen is how the end of the pack is running. I guess that could be mixed up, but it's very unlikely. Pato Award with a 5-second penalty will drop down to 14th place. Robert Schwartzman finished in P15. And there you have your podium. In third place, racing for Hunkos Hollinger Racing, Renus VK from the Netherlands. Is second place, racing for Andretti Global, Kyle Kirkwood from America. And in first, racing for Andretti Global, Will Power from Australia. It is a Andretti Global 1-2, and then a Hunkos Hollinger Racing 3-10. There you see it. So recap on the points. Will Power in first, Kyle Kirkwood second, VK third, Palou fourth, Frucci fifth, Malukas sixth, Harvey seventh, Rossi eighth, ninth, Rosenquist 10th, Stingray. And then McLaughlin, going into this race, was the points leader. He'll lead the points leader, but he was down in last. And Scott McLaughlin will lead the points by 21 points over Will Power, who takes the points lead from Pato, who also didn't gain any points this race because he finished down in 14th. So the points lead top 10 is going to be Scott McLaughlin, Will Power, Pato Award, Alex Palou, Santino Ferrucci, Kyle Kirkwood, David Malukas, Jack Harvey, Felix Rosenquist, and Sir Scott Dixon. And then tied for 11th is Lundgaard and VK. Alone in 13th is Grosjean. Tied for 14th are Rasmussen and Rossi. Tied for 16th are Eilot, Collette, and Schumacher. Alone in 19th is Armstrong. 20th, Johnson. 21st, Stingray. 22nd, Schwartzman. 23rd, Graham Rahal. And 24th, with 0 points on the year, Dennis Hauger. It is a 21-point gap as we head into next race at Qatar. And there you see the first three-time winner in his first season for Andretti Global, Will Power. But outside of his wins, he has not been the most consistent with top 10 finishes. He has 5 top 10 finishes, 3 of which are wins. Or no, I guess most of his races have been top 10. Yeah. 4th, 8th, 1st, 5th, 1st, or 4th, 8th, 1st, 5th, 10th, 1st, 1st. But then you look at the points leader. 2nd, 1st, 2nd, 10th, 2nd, 2nd, 1st. 2 finishes outside the top 10, or 1 finish outside the top 10, 1 DNF. Power has no DNFs, just a couple bad races. Palou with 1 podium in 1 win on the year. But most impressive, VK picking up only Juncos' second ever podium in the first of his season. But see, Hauger with the best finish this season of 12th. Coming in round 3, he'll look to impress in Qatar. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. And come back next episode where we are in Qatar. Thank you all and goodbye.